guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Bee and today we are doing yet another foundation review. I know. There's so many out there right now, but the two that I really wanted to try, well actually there's three, but I'm not picking up the last one because it is way too expensive. But the two foundations I really wanted to try, which was the Anastasia Beverly Hills one, and the one that we're trying today, from the title as you can tell, is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Hydrating Longwear Foundation. This is my first Fenty, no it's not, I lied. My first Fenty purchase was the Gloss Bomb, but that's a gloss. But yes, this is my first complexion product that I have purchased from them. I did not ever pick up the original one that she launched first, which I believe was an all mattifying foundation. Honestly, I just wasn't interested in it, but now that she has this one, I am very interested because now for some reason I like, I don't know, natural satin finishes. And so yeah, I just picked this one up and I went ahead and I picked up the corresponding concealer to go with it. So yeah, this is what we're gonna try out today. We're gonna see how we like it. It's really just gonna be a first impression, and I'll just do the same thing that I did with the Anastasia one. I'll just kind of wear it a few times and kind of give y'all an update, and let's just get started. Okay, so I'm gonna prime my face like I always do. I'm gonna use the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer, but I just like to put this on my cheeks and my nose area, and then I'm just gonna put it around my mouth as well because it's kind of like a pore filling primer, but it also will just kind of give everything a super smooth canvas. And on the perimeter of my face, I am going to use the Hangover RX primer. This is one of my favorite primers. It's really the only primer I've actually repurchased. So the shade that I got is 240, and then I just picked up the corresponding shade that Sephora suggested, or that Fenty suggested, so I got 240 in both. You guys already know I was waiting for Sam Robinson to do her review to tell, you know, to pretty much say, hey, this is the foundation shade that I use. So I went ahead and I picked this one up. I really do like the packaging. I like that it's in a squeezy pump tube. It reminds me a lot of the Sunday Riley one. Let's go ahead and get started. I am gonna do 2 pumps on the back of my hand. I did kind of massage it just in case it had been sitting for a little while, but yes, I did kind of just give it a quick little massage, and I'm just going to put 2 pumps back here. Okay, so that's like 1 pump, and here's 2. So there's 2 pumps. It looks pretty light, and it's actually kind of looks a little too pink, but we'll see. Sam said that this was her shade, so I'm trusting her. Her shade matches are pretty spot on. So I'm just gonna add a little bit to the face here and see where to go. So I'm just gonna do this side with a brush. I mean, so far it looks really nice. It is just a tad bit lighter for me, but I'm wondering if the next shade up would have been too dark, you know? Okay, so this is pretty much 1.5 layers because I added a little bit more, and it doesn't look terrible. Let me look in closer. I do notice it's settling in the pores of my nose a little bit, and a little bit in the pores right here at my cheeks, but nothing too crazy. It did layer on top of my texture over here and on the sides of my cheeks pretty nicely. It is a medium coverage, I would say. I can still see some of my acne scarring that I have going on, but I think that's pretty much it. It does feel a little bit tacky, so that's something to note. I do have just a little bit left on the back of my hand, so I'm going to try and use the rest of this on this side. And I am probably going to have to use one more pump, yeah. Okay, and I'm going to use a sponge on this side, so I am going to use my LC sponge. Okay, so it looks like I got a little less coverage on this side. I don't have as much acne scarring on this side as I do this side. Same thing is happening in my nose area where it's sinking into the pores in my cheeks right here and on the sides of my nose. I don't know how much I like or dislike that at this moment in time. It doesn't look as bad as other foundations have done that, so let's see. Just adding a little more to see if I can build it up, which yes, you can. And it looks amazing. So I am noticing it's separating right here on the sides of my nose, like it doesn't even want to be applied in this deep set crease right here, or this on the sides of my nose. Like the foundation just does not want to go in there. We'll see. I do have pretty much half a pump left on the back of my hand, so I would say for overall, you probably need 2 full pumps, because maybe I didn't get like a full 2 pumps out of the tube because it was brand new, because this last pump that I put on the back of my hand, that was a lot. So I'm wondering if 2 pumps is like way too much. I think this is pretty much the coverage I want to have. It looks pretty good. Nothing weird going on with my mouth and my smile lines, just the whole nose situation, which the ABH foundation had the same thing going on, so I'm not surprised this one is, since it's more of a luminous foundation, or it's marketed as a luminous foundation, or a hydrating one rather. It looks pretty decent. So I am gonna try the concealer now. So I am just going to add a little bit. I never used this before, so I'm just gonna add a little bit right here. And it honestly looks like it's not really the highlighting shade, it's more like the skin tone shade, like for actual concealing. Not bad. The consistency is a little bit thick, but I'm not too concerned about that. It is pretty high coverage because I don't see my dark circles anymore, which that's a first, so super impressed. I really, really, really like that. Wow, that concealer is so good. So the concealer layered really well with the foundation. Wow, that looks really nice. I am going to grab my Bare Minerals Bare Skin concealer in medium for highlighting. So I'm just gonna put a little bit here to highlight, just a little bit. So I'm actually gonna set my face with the Hourglass foundation. You guys know I always set my face. So I'm actually going to do a little different. I'm gonna get a tapered brush to do my under eye. Wow, that looks amazing. My under eyes have never looked so good. I'm blown away. They just look so smooth under there. Oh my gosh, I don't know. And this powder actually really helped out a lot with the not making the foundation in my pores so noticeable. So that is such a relief. Oh my gosh. Is it this magical powder? I don't know, but I've used it before and I've never felt this way. So maybe it's just a combination of both these concealers and this powder, because if that's the case, sold big time. Okay, so now I'm gonna use a bigger brush. So I'm just gonna get a big fluffy brush, knock it off, and just lightly dust my entire face. Okay, I will say, unlike the Anastasia foundation, I feel like I'm wearing foundation. Not in a bad way, just not in a, oh, I didn't know I was wearing foundation type way. I'm actually a little scared to touch my face because I think it is not transfer resistant, and I don't think that even with me setting it is going to not transfer. So okay, so I'm gonna finish up the rest of my face and I will be back to check in. Okay, so this is the final look. Again, let's take a deeper dive into what we have going on. Let's see here. And it really only took me like 5 minutes to do the rest of my makeup, so don't even think that like I've been wearing it for a super long time. I've really only been wearing it for 5 additional minutes. So let's just take a look and see where we are at. Like I mentioned, the powder did a really great job with smoothing out right under here, my under eyes. I mean, the really deep set, I guess, a wrinkle that I have right here, and I have 2 of them on this side now. Don't know what I did to deserve that, but I have 2 of them on this side now. But in the deep set wrinkle over here, it did separate a little bit, but it's not looking super terrible. That's looking pretty good. My nose, even though on the sides of my nose it didn't want to even apply the foundation there, it's not bunching up or gathering or caking up in that area. There's just nothing there. My mouth is not looking bad at all. I do have some dry patches over here, which it did not cling to, so thank you, baby Jesus, for that. And overall, I think it looks good. I do want to say, now that I've worn it, now that I've set it, especially when I set it, I realized, I'm like, hey, my face wasn't like super wet, dewy like everybody else's face was. Like, I think I remember seeing a tweet from Mariah Leonard saying that she did not have the same like wet, dewy effect that everybody else is having. She had like this more natural, more mattifying feel, and I think that's kind of what I got, because I didn't think that when I applied it my face looked like super dewy. It didn't look super wet. Like, I have seen other reviews where it was just like shine central, but in a good way, in a good flattering way. But I didn't get that. I feel like I applied it and I had more of this natural matte feel to it. I don't know what the deal with that is. I don't know if it's because I didn't apply a super ton of foundation and other people have, and therefore, you know, their face was just glossy and I just applied the bare minimum and what I would typically use. I don't know. It just looks like a nice natural satin, but that's just something to note. It doesn't necessarily bother me is what I'm trying to say here. But yeah, so I'm just gonna wear this. I don't have anything to do. It's not gonna be like a full wear test because it is 3:20 today, and I'm probably only going to wear this until nightfall, let's be real, because I'm gonna want to take my makeup off. Just wanted to try this out, see what my first impression was for this foundation, and I guess I'll just check in with you guys at the end of the night. Hey guys, we're back for the final check-in for today's first impressions. Honestly, I forgot I was wearing makeup. I went out, I ran a couple of errands, had dinner, just watched a couple movies on the couch, and I forgot I was wearing makeup. I was watching a movie, I was crying, so there might be some makeup missing. I was crying. I cry in films, so sue me. But yeah, let's just take a look at the makeup up close. I'm just gonna grab my mirror right here. My under eyes look a little rough. And I don't know if that's because I was crying or what, but they look a little rough. This foundation is not transfer proof, so if you touch your face, it's not going to last. I don't really have that much foundation like right here on the tip of my chin anymore. My smile lines look really good, and so does like right here under my chin. It doesn't look terrible. I am pretty greasy on my nose right here, but for the most part, I think everything else is on my face. I've been wearing this for about 6 hours now, so that's pretty average for me. I probably would wear it normally for, I don't know, anywhere between 6 to 8 or 6 to 9 hours. So really this is like the cusp of what my makeup would look like. And I think it's pretty good. I mean, I was actually laying on my face like this, watching the movie, so I was like really crying on this side. But for the most part, everything is still on my face. I can still see my blush and the bronzer and the highlights. So I think this is a nice foundation. I mean, for my first ever Fenty product, I think this is pretty good. I think this would be like a really nice like everyday type of makeup, especially, or foundation, especially if you're not planning on doing anything like super glam. Then you can just do like a nice medium coverage, set it, go on with your day, and it still has like a skin-like finish. Again, I want to reiterate, I don't feel like I'm wearing makeup, whereas when I first applied it, I did feel like I was wearing a foundation. So that's the biggest difference. I don't know, it's kind of opposite. The Anastasia one, I didn't feel like I was wearing makeup when I first put it on, and by the end of the night, I definitely felt like I was wearing makeup. So this is a pretty good thing, because typically if I can feel the makeup on my face, I just want to rip it off. So I've been outside in the heat. It was pretty hot today, very humid. And you know, just being that it's 9 p.m. now and I forgot that I was wearing makeup, that's huge. I'm gonna feel guilty for saying this, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and keep it, even though I did not keep the Anastasia one. I think this one is a little bit more easier to wear because, like I said, I don't feel like I'm wearing makeup. I don't feel like I need to just like wash my face off from the day. Like I just feel like I don't have anything on. So I really like that actually. But yeah, I do feel a little guilty about keeping this one, even though I have all my other foundations that I like. And the reason that I returned the Anastasia one was because I wanted to use my other ones, but I don't have a Fenty product. So, I mean, the only other Fenty product I have is the Gloss Bomb, which, okay, but I really do like this. I do like the concealer. Less is more with this concealer. It's one of those thicker consistencies, so my under eyes don't really like get along with thicker formula concealers. Like they tend to cake up more, they tend to be a little bit heavier. Like definitely anything kind of light, very thin in consistency is what my under eyes crave and need. But I do like this, so I am gonna go ahead and keep these two products and continue to use them and give you guys an update, hopefully either in the pinned comments. I guess if you guys have tried these two products out, let me know what you guys think. Did you guys try out the original Pro Filter, the mattifying one, the first one that came out? Did you guys try that one? What were your thoughts? Are you gonna pick up this one? Yeah, I'm very excited about these two products so far. So first impressions is, it gets a solid B+ for me. And yeah, I guess that's gonna complete today's review, first impressions. So if you guys like seeing more from me, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit the post notification bell so you know every time I upload, because who knows what I'm gonna upload next. Leave some comments in the comment section down below, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.